Hey, what's up, everyone? Dan Hafner here. Welcome into another episode of the Mobile Domination Podcast. I am super excited for another interview episode with you guys here. Today, we are talking with Kim. I should have asked this before we started. Kim Dang, is that how I say
Yes.
it? Yes. Okay, I got it right.
Yay.
I always forget to ask pronunciations. I always do that. You'd think I'd learn by now. Well, we got Kim Dang with us. She is a serial entrepreneur. She has looks like all kinds of different things. Owns a wrecking yard in California, Chrome extension companies, digital assets, and really what we're going to talk to her about that, some of that, but mainly she has a coaching company dedicated to helping community owners monetize their tribes, which is a very, very big thing in this day and age. I'm really excited to have her on and talk about this, especially in regards to kind of what the theme of this show is about with technology, with software, apps, all that kind of stuff. So, welcome to the show, Kim. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honor. Awesome. So in addition to what I just kind of spilled out on everyone, give your own, edify yourself a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you and kind of your story a little bit.
Yeah, so my name is Kim Dang. I'm the CEO and founder of Group Convert. It's a software that lets you collect emails from Facebook groups. And throughout the way, I saw that people didn't want to just collect emails from Facebook group. We have thousands of subscribers. I saw that they really wanted to figure out how to monetize their groups and really lead a tribe. And for the people who feel like they started a group, there's this calling, there's this like meant for more feeling, especially tribe leaders. And when that happens, I figured, how can I help them do this next piece? Then from there, it became a consulting company and a coaching company that enabled our clients to, within the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks of their life, pitch one to many into a Facebook group and enroll about 9 to 15 clients in mass into a high ticket program, like a 3 or 5K program. So
Wow.
earning an extra $50,000 to $100,000 a month within 2 to 3 weeks is something that is possible if you are a coach or consultant or an agency owner or course creator. And that's a solution that we've stuck with for the past years. We've reiterated it, we've improved upon it, and I built out a whole team to help support in that movement. So people can go and turn their passion into profit and really help make a difference in other people's lives using these little tiny groups. And yep, it's a pretty neat solution.
Sounds like it. I was just checking it out a little bit before the show and just kind of as you were talking there as well. Group Convert sounds really, really cool. I want to ask you more about that because that's kind of what I do here. I talk about, apps and software and technology. And it sounds really cool that you saw a real problem for people in the Facebook group sphere, right? In that and people doing that type of thing. I've done that before. I still do that from time to time. I'm interested really to dig into more to what you have. So what was that point when you realized like, hey, this is a really good opportunity to build a product for these people? Like when did that happen?
Yeah, so I started off like after college, instead of going and becoming a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer like my parents wanted, I instead moved to the desert to start a wrecking yard company because while I was in college, I focused on selling stuff on eBay because I wanted to have my own thing. Like I've always had the desire, and it just was really reinforced when I got a job, and I hated like the idea of asking for permission for the rest of my life to someone else, and
Feel that.
saved up all my money and moved to the desert, created a dismantling company because I saw that car parts on eBay sold really well. So that went really well. I expanded kind of like my mini wrecking yard. But then I was still dealing with so much inventory, so much like I had to be compliant to all these regulations because it's a, it's a pretty, you have to be compliant. So anyways, with all that, I figured, what's on the other side of the spectrum? What's on the other end? And it was the software space, which is a digital asset that sits online 24/7, can be delivered all over the world with a click of a button, instant download and instant value. And so I started looking into that. And when I looked into that, I noticed that in order for me to sell online to people, I need to have an audience. So I created a Facebook group. When I created a Facebook group, I saw that people were manually copying and pasting 3 questions and answers when people come into a group. And because of that, I said, wait, like this can be automated. And so I went on Upwork, created a job post that said, create a Chrome extension, because I saw Chrome extensions can scrape data, create a Chrome extension that can grab emails from a Facebook group. So within a week, I got it back. And then I started monetizing it right away because I found that, if I had that problem, it wasn't only me, it was like a lot of other people. I Googled how many Facebook groups there are online at the time, and there's 610 million. So I said,
When was this?
This was for the stats, it's a December 2020 stats. For the time that I launched the Chrome extension, it was the beginning of 2019. So, wow. Yeah, 610 million. So even if 1 million people pay me $10 a month, let's say, that's $10 million a month. So I said, okay, this is a viable product and let's go. And so within 1 week of launching it, I had 2 people pay me $7 a month. That's how I started. And I realized that I had something there. I have a solution that like does what I wanted to do, sit online, can instant download, have instant value. And then after 1 week, it was making $1,000 a month, 2 weeks, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And it just kept on increasing because it kind of like, as my group, there was more awareness to my group and my solution. The people who heard about it just said it makes sense. And it's such a low barrier to entry, low cost, that it was pretty much no brainer. And while other people like tried their own, what I did was I kind of outmarket a lot of them. And by outmarketing, that means I read the .com Secrets book by Russell Brunson, and it said to do webinars and the perfect webinar script. And this is how you this is how you market. So I created like a webinar and I started injecting myself into courses that grew, that was all about monetizing a community. And so from all those efforts, I became really embedded into the how do you monetize communities world. And I saw that there were courses that popped up and I witnessed some of them. And that's when I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I can do this. So then that's when I got into creating a coaching company that helps people do that. And the unfair advantage I have is I can go behind the scenes to many, many groups and just ask them like, how are they doing it? And then I take those answers and I package that in a way that makes sense and I give it to my audience. So while other people are being coached by coaches who coach coaches how to coach, for us, we are a technology company that figured out how to get unfair advantage and tap into thousands of subscribers' data in order to directly tell them how to monetize.
Wow. That's beautiful. You guys should go back and re-listen to that whole thing. Like that is so awesome. I love that you said you could outmarket people, right? Because there's tons of Chrome extensions, there's tons of software, there's tons of apps out there, right? So in addition to, I'm just curious, in addition to the webinars and the different group outreach that you do you do any paid advertising for this at all?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So for a small Chrome extension, it doesn't justify any ad spend. for a high ticket program, then it does, because one client would pay for like entire months of ad spend multiple times over. So that's why I got into the coaching space, to figure out how to run ads better and to be able to afford ads. So at first, for about 18 months, which I think is way too long, I did everything organically, and my team did everything organically. We would help people fill up a group to 200 to 300 people organically. We'd tell them what to do to pitch into the group so that they can convert the group one to many. And then they'll convert like a batch of people, anywhere from 9 to 15 people, into a high ticket offer, which is like what we do. So we teach what we do. After a while, it was like a lot of labor, a lot of like reach outs, DM strategy. And so in order to solve that problem for myself, I'm like, okay, I got to look at ads. So when I looked into ads, I saw how I hired coaches. I tried to figure out like, how do you run ads to a Facebook group in order for me to go and convert and really help more people. At the same time, what are other things I can do with ads, which is sending, like working on creatives where an ad would go to a video that tells people what to do, fill out a form, and then booking a call with my team. So, and then what type of ads are good retargeting ads? What's testimonial ads? So I got into that in order for me to solve like the next step in my own journey. And then that's also a solution that we provide for our clients now that I figured that out. So, yeah, absolutely. We do run ads for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. So if you don't mind sharing, you don't have to give specifics or anything. Where is the platform today? How many users, how many iterations have you been through? I'm
We
just
have
curious.
close to 13,000 users.
Wow.
And in terms of like iterations, I've kept it really simple. I go and I follow the Basecamp, the owner of Basecamp. I don't know, he's controversial now, but he wrote about this where he's like, I would rather serve the masses than serve the few experts. And I think that's what my software is. It will serve the masses. It's very simple. So people prefer it over another software that is like a million features. So I actually deliberately kept it super simple to reach the masses and help them do that one thing. So actually, the software doesn't have a lot of features. It integrates with so it will push data to a Google Sheet, and from there you can go and get the data to push over to using Zapier, any kind of software out there, whether that's a CRM or a email autoresponder or what have you. But that's one feature. And the other feature is it will automatically send a message to people who join your Facebook group. So it's essentially just two features.
Wow. That's incredible. I've yet to hear of this, but I'm very intrigued about this. I was actually just looking at it. The software for you guys listening, it's called Group Convert. It's really affordable. I'm looking at the plans on the page right now. It's groupconvert.com. Really, really good stuff. I've had a lot of people actually ask me for things like this. I never even knew it existed. So I'm going to refer all kinds of stuff to you. That's super, super cool. And I love how you've, integrated it with your coaching and you actually do what you preach, like that's one thing I've always, when I first started out, I didn't really do, and I've transitioned into that now. I've realized like if you don't actually use what you sell, what you teach people, it's kind of empty, right? It's just kind of like, well, you don't drink your own Kool-Aid, kind of what are you doing, Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So what's next? How are you planning to grow this even further? You said it's for the masses. In in the big scheme of things, 13,000 people's a very small drop in the bucket when it comes to the online world. So what are your plans on growing this, on taking it out there, on improving it at all? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So for the coaching part, my plans are to scale the coaching company to be able to help enroll clients and really have them be able to monetize from their audience. In terms of monetary goals, I want that coaching company to reach $1 million a month. We are not there yet. We're on our way. And then for the software space, I imagine a future ahead where, because I not only own GroupConvert, but I own a bunch of other Chrome extensions, and I've actually I created a program that lets you do what I do. You said I drink my own Kool-Aid. I literally teach what it is I do, which is I monetize from groups and I make passive reoccurring income from simple software that I own. And so in that process, I have created this little course that resulted in a lot of clients earning passive reoccurring income, to one client to the tune of $1 million a year, because he has 1,000 people paying him $100,000, not 1,000 people paying him $97 a month. So he does $100,000 a month passively. And it's just from a simple tool. In that journey, I'm like, well, there's all these simple tools that gives passive income, but what is a big problem that I can solve? And in this digital marketing space, there's actually, as I'm helping my clients have a coaching business, right? They need leads. They have conversations that leads people from cold to sold. And during that process, they're collecting emails, which GroupConvert does. I also have another software called Charlie CRM. It lets you track messenger messages because a lot of sales are in DMs.
Mhm.
And then I have another software called GroupFlow that pulls in all the context from other groups into a pipeline. So, and it crowdsources what groups are important, because users will go and suggest certain groups, or I can see what users are pulling in groups from. And then it will pre-populate a pipeline, a lead flow for active people who are engaging in a certain group. So if a fitness person comes in, that I can give them a fitness pipeline that's pre-filled from all the people who are active in the relevant groups that are crowdsourced from other people, saying that this is the fitness group I'm looking at right now. So because of that flow, I'm like, what's the 5-10-year goal here? The 5-10-year goal is to seeing the progression of AI and how chat GPT is so intelligent in terms of having conversations. What if we can automate that conversational flow of leads into a person's environment? So in the future, this is what I envision. I envision where I'm taking either GroupConvert or GroupFlow is a software that can go and analyze all of the CRM conversations that you've had, plug into your CRM, analyze all of the information and the flow of the conversation, create its own scripts, and then tapping into AI chatting technology, can go and do the outbound in a more automated way. And the technology for that exists right now. I just need to be able to connect those pieces together. And I see a future where you don't have to do so much manual work to get leads and tie in a billion software together and human labor together to be able to bring a person from cold into a conversation, into an awareness, into the offer, into the solution that you can provide for them, so that they can go and, in our case, they change their lives. So that's what I want to do in terms of like the 5-10-year goal here. And what's like immediately next is to be able to grow the coaching and grow the software branch into the next level of our business. So just scaling those two right now, while I recruit and find amazing people to bring the bigger vision to life. So yeah.
Wow. I'm so much cool stuff in there. Just real quick, I love the saying you had of cold to sold. That was really cool. Um, I really like that wording. But no, that is really neat. I love that idea of using the kind of going out there and analyzing things and then bringing it into your own. And gosh, that's just such a cool idea. Such a cool idea. Good luck with that. That I really hope that you can pull that off. Because that's kind of my next question is, you know, who would that be best for? Is there a certain person? Is there a certain um can this work regardless of what industry you're in? That's kind of the
Yes.
question.
Yeah, we
Wow.
have clients all over the world. We have a client, her name is Shelly. She teaches people how to do handstands over Zoom. And I taught her how to pitch into a group for this process to a high ticket offer, 4,500. And she like collected $90,000 in 1 month, just pitching that offer.
To do
So
handstands on Zoom.
yeah, handstand.
Wow. You guys
Yeah,
hearing this? That's incredible.
it
That's
is.
unreal.
I know, it's
Wow.
pretty crazy. And then clients who teach, like Kim Seltzer teaches women's dating, she teaches people how to date online. And she did $80,000 when she pitched into her group. And her group is only 400 people. And her offer is a 6K offer for 4 months, group coaching. So in this space, we have helped clients anywhere from relationship to health to dating to flexibility. It's all over the world. And so what I discovered is, doesn't matter what you teach, there will be people for you. And you can find those people out. They live in groups that are very similar to the community that you hang out in. And yeah, and you can free yourself from the having to be at a location, having to wake up and do a certain thing that day. And really, like, you can run your own ship. As long as you have a laptop and a camera, you can do this at the comfort of your own house. And so I find it really exciting. I find it and especially with the economy becoming a more gig economy, we no longer have one boss. We have multiple gigs and side projects and things like that. So this could be a great project that where you're helping a handful of people in a group way accomplish what you've already figured out. So yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Very, very cool. I'm very interested, like I said at the beginning, to look more into this, because this is actually this is interesting timing, because I might just be breaking news for you guys who listen to the podcast or listen to this in our Facebook group. This is something I've been wanting to implement inside of what I do. So I'm very, very interested to talk with you about this further and possibly bring, some more results into this world. So that's awesome. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up there. This was a really, really cool conversation. Really awesome. I really loved it. I want to go back. You guys should go back and listen to this, especially at the beginning there when she said how she built all this. Just that process. I love hearing that process from people of how you see a problem in the market and you figure out a solution to it, and you get those, like you said, 2 paying users at $7 a month. And now you have 13,000 plus. That is awesome. Congratulations, Kim. That's so cool. I can't wait to see this go further.
Yeah, I'm really excited and I can't wait. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, before you go, tell us where we can go. It was groupconvert.com, correct?
Yep. Just
Okay.
go to groupconvert.com. And if you go in, and even if you put in your screen name and your email address and name, you'll be able to enter into my world. You'll start getting emails, and then you'll find out about all the other things as well. So groupconvert.com is just GROUP and then CONVERT.com.
Awesome. And it looks like there's a 14-day trial of that if you sign up, correct?
Yeah, you can sign up for free.
Even better. Check it out, guys. That's a really cool deal. That's a really, really powerful thing. I can vouch for that. I haven't used it, but I know just by looking at the page, I can attest to the value of that. If you're running a Facebook group, if you're trying to monetize that, you guys should check that out for sure. For sure. Awesome, Kim. Well, that's groupconvert.com. Thank you, Kim. We really appreciate having you on. Hopefully we can have you back on here just at some point. And possibly even, with a follow-up call to see how things go with us and things like that. So just a teaser for you guys. All right. Thank you so much, Kim. We appreciate it. And for you guys, thank you for listening. Appreciate you coming on the Mobile Domination Podcast, talking about software, talking about apps, talking about businesses like this to get started. This is a really, really cool example I was happy to bring to you guys. And if you know of someone or you yourself have a software platform you've built or an app you've built along this same line, feel free to contact me or, request to be on the show. I love to highlight, platforms like this, no matter where you started at or no matter where you are at. And if you're trying to grow it, we love to highlight people just like this on the show and platforms like this. So until next time, appreciate all of you. My name's Dan Hafner, signing off. Have a good one.